Hey guys, I'm that baker lady. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this melted snowman cake right here. Now this was part of my Christmas Nailed It kids kits. So included in each kit is a 5-inch cake, 7-inch cake board, 2 little Rice Krispie treats. We have some fondant, white, black, and a little bit of orange. A plastic knife, cake scraper, a little hat for a snowman, squeeze bottle with some white icing. I have 2 piping bags of blue frosting and 1 piping bag with my filling in it. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is fill our cake, and it's already pre-cut for us. So let's just get started filling it. Make sure your cake is in the center of the board. And I have chocolate cake with chocolate filling. I think I made way too much. So what I'm doing is just making circles so that my filling is nice and even. And then we can put that second layer of cake on. Just push it slightly and continue with that filling. All right, now we are ready to frost our cake. Just gonna clean up a little bit of crumbs that did fall. Okay, for my frosting. You wanna start on the bottom and move the table just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna continue that. I think I made too much frosting. Okay. And then just go ahead and put the remainder on top, and we can start smoothing that out. Now I'm gonna get my plastic knife to smooth the top first. Right. Smooth it back and forth, trying to get those little gaps on top. Now for my frosting scraper, what you're gonna do is pull your hand towards you to smooth out those sides, just like that. Try to get it as smooth as possible. And then with the frosting that you're scraping off, you can go ahead and get those little cracks and fill those in, and then re-smooth it. I'm just filling in those little cracks. And then go ahead and smooth that out again. bit of gaps on the bottom that I'm going back to. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. I hope you had fun with these kits for Christmas. I am dying to see what all the cakes came out looking like. All right. Frosting. It's pretty warm. Okay, one more time. All right, so now I'm gonna smooth out my top. Try to make it as even as possible. The part that takes the longest for me is frosting the actual cake. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my board a little before I start making my snowman. And I'm just folding my napkin, getting the corner and cleaning that board as close to the cake as I can. All right, so next I'm going to open up my Rice Krispie treats to make my little snowman head. So put this to the side for a moment. Now I have 2 of these Rice Krispie treats, and I'm going to mash them up and make a ball. Open this one. Get that. You don't want to mash it up too small because it will, it might not be big enough for our little hat we have. Okay, so I have this ball shape-ish, and I am going to cover that with my white fondant. Now, your white fondant doesn't have to be completely smooth, because we can work that out as we make our ball. So I'm just kind of pinching it to make it bigger, and then that is gonna form right onto our Rice Krispie treats. Just work that ball. See, it's not really super smooth. So I'll work that out a little bit. It is going to be covered with our white icing, so we just want to make it so that it's not the Rice Krispie treats are not showing and you don't have that texture from that. So I'm just trying to make it nice and smooth. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it's going to be covered. And then you have your hat too, so you can always cover the back as you need it. All right. So I'll put this to the side, and I'm going to make my little carrot nose with my orange. Now I have a lot of orange, and you only need a little bit because our snowman's not big. There's my little nose. See? Just want to make it nice and pointy. Next, we're going to be doing our drip. Now, I'm going to warm this up because it is pretty cold. So I'm going to warm it up in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then my icing all heated up, and we can start our drip. Now, for the drip, you want to, you're going to want to squeeze it one spot a little bit harder, just like that, so that you have different levels of the frosting coming out. So I squeeze it like about 2 times, and then I go to 1, 2 times, and then 1, so that it's not all the same level of icing coming out. And then just move your cake slightly. And this was probably the most difficult part for everyone, because getting this icing to melt just right and heat it up just right is still kind of tricky for me, so don't give yourself a hard time with that. And if it does come out the same for each drip and you don't want it like that, you can always go back and get in between those little spots just like this, so that you have a little bit extra drip wherever you'd like it. It's a little trick that I had to learn myself with working with these drip bottles. Okay. So before this starts cooling down, I want to put my snowman head right on top and go ahead and cover that completely with my icing before it cools down. And you're just going to squeeze as much as possible on there. We'll be able to smooth it out with our knife after. Right all up on top. Cover all the blue you can before smoothing that out. A lot of icing. All right, before that starts cooling down and hardening, I'm going to get my knife, clean it, so that I can start smoothing that melted snowman on top. You just want to go ahead and smooth it as much as you can. Try to cover all the blue up on top. Before this frosting dries. So you still get that nice smooth texture. All right, so there is my snowman so far. Right there. So I'm gonna put my hat so that I can tell where his little face should be. Right there. Put my little nose on him. And you just have to hold it for a moment so that his nose doesn't fall off, because we did just do the drip, so it is very warm still. I'm gonna make my little eyes. What I'm doing is making little balls, try to form the same shape for my eyes. Put those right on. There he is so far. Now my mouth is kind of melting off too, if you see the last one I did. So I'm gonna start in the center for my mouth, make a smiley face with this half, and this half's just gonna kind of be melting off. So it's gonna be going down the side of him, and then I'll do my little buttons. And all of those are just from making little balls out of our black fondant. Okay, so with the smiley face, I kind of started in the center and then went with my smiley face side first. You know, these don't have to be the same. The same shape or anything. It's a little tricky to get these to stick on here. They just want to stick to my finger right now. So far. Oh. And I did try to find some black little top hats, but I changed my mind so many times with the design of this cake that I just didn't have time. There are my little buttons. But I did get lucky and I found these Mardi Gras hats. So I thought they kind of look like little top hats. All right, my little melted snowman. I'm just finishing up with this side of my melted eye, or my melted lip, little mouth. hope you guys had a lot of fun with these, and I hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas. We are gonna go ahead and post this video right now, and I'm gonna go see everyone's photos that they turned in. I have been on vacation, so I haven't seen any of them. There was a total of 24 kits, so I know there's gonna be a lot of pictures. I'm gonna try to get them into the end of this video as well. But I hope you guys had fun, and thank you.